Hey Mary! Alright, welcome back to another episode of our Outer Wilds Let's Play. As we kind of started in the last episode, we're mostly going to be going right up to Giant's Deep this time. But yeah, we had learned that Gabbro is also stuck in the time loop with us. And so clearly I feel like Giant's Deep will probably tell us a lot more about the time loop itself. And if our original speculations were correct, that the Ashwin Project had something to do with it, maybe more about the Ashwin Project as well. Before that, though, we can just quickly go back over what we had learned in the previous episode. So we began our search by returning to the Hanging City and cleaning up all the stuff that we had missed in the first time we went there. We went down to the school district, and we learned that the children of the Nomai weren't as sold on the idea of exploring and finding the eye of the universe as the original generation, the ones that had crashed in the solar system. Were. They wanted to return to the original nomadic way of life that the Nomai had been living before, where they used to travel across the universe in clans, which was something I don't think I really touched on too much, which is surprising, because that's like a pretty big lore drop for the Nomai. There are multiple clans around the universe, and the ones that we're finding out about here is just one of many. So that's very interesting. We also unfortunately found out that we can't go to the Black Hole Forge just yet, but we do know that it has something to do, arriving there has something to do with teleportation. So hopefully we'll be able to find something similar to the the White Hole Station, and teleport in from somewhere else. We finished off Brittle Hollow by investigating its moon, the Hollow's Lantern, and finding the volcanic testing site. And through that, we found out why the Timber Hearth ore had to be so specific, in that it needed to be very resilient to heat, and that the Ashwin Project had to be so meticulously sealed. It's because it needed to be supernova proof, which is definitely something that we're going to have to investigate, because that can't be a coincidence, right? It can't be. And maybe we'll be able to find out more on Giant's Deep. As we can see, the webs here are really starting to connect now. They're almost all touching, actually. So this appears to be, the red stuff appears to be the vessel and kind of like a Nomai history. This is all quantum stuff, and this is green, I guess. I don't know. Honestly, the color coding kind of confuses me. And the orange is probably Ashwin Project. I don't know. It'll probably make more sense as we go. We also went to Giant's Deep, the next planet that we're going to be investigating. And we met with Gabbro, who, curiously, is also stuck in the time loop. And like us, they had mentioned coming into contact with one of the statues, similar to the one that we found in the museum, which made his memories flash before his eyes in a similar fashion to what had happened to us. So, although it's not technically, confirmed, I feel like we can pretty safely assume that these statues have something to do with the time loop. But that's something that we can investigate today. So, let's go there. Okay. Oh man, I was close, damn. I almost died brutally. Actually, this is Gabbro's Island, so, yeah, I don't think there's much else that we need here. Although, actually, hold on. I did mention in the last episode that there is one thing that Gabbro can teach us. He can teach us how to meditate. I don't think we're going to be using that feature too much, but it is something that a lot of people miss, from what I've heard. Or at least I think I can. Yeah, here we go. How do you stay so calm in the face of repeated impending death? Deep breaths. No, seriously, I meditate. You want me to teach you? It'll be the next loop before you know it. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, close your eyes. And actually, I think this does reset the loop here. Hello? Yeah, okay. So, this is kind of just like a little trial run for how it'll happen. If we ever need to use this feature. And luckily, because we didn't really experience too much, that whole memories flashing before our eyes bit is a lot shorter. So, if we ever get stuck or anything, that's definitely a useful feature. And now when we open our menu, here we go, meditate until the next loop. Yeah, very cool. But honestly, I can't really imagine we're going to be using it too much. And I will see you back on Giant Steve. And here we go, safely approaching the planet. Oh man, I'm so happy. I'm such a good pilot. I don't have to ever worry about crashing or anything like that. Cool. As if, you know, nothing even happened. Nothing at all. Alright. Where should we go? Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna go to the one island that we just flew by. The one with all of the... What the? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. And actually, I think it's getting sucked into that cyclone. Might be a... Hello? Oh, well, damn. Getting really unlucky today. Like crazy, oh my god. Okay, let's fly through Cyclone Alley over here. And just go to a different one, actually. One that isn't at like insane risk of being launched. Like this one. Or at least not yet. And actually, this looks very similar to a place that we had been projected to previously. Oh, hey, wait, there's one right here, too. Okay. Let's go to this one first, though. And yeah, here is a little landing bit right here. Okay. Nice. And let's get going. Okay. Is there anything cool down here? I imagine there's got to be, right? Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. So we have some, like, cyclone insignias on the floor. More skeletons. And here we go. This seems to be the orbital probe cannon. The one that we see, fire a probe at the beginning of every loop. Like a cool little model of it. This is definitely much more intact than the actual thing, as the actual thing explodes at the beginning of every loop as well. Maybe we can learn more about it here. This is it. We finished building the final orbital probe cannon module and are ready to send it into orbit around Giant's Deep for assembly. To all my friends here at the construction yard, my gratitude for your tireless work. I had given up hope, but I truly believe this cannon may actually succeed where other attempts have not. If I know my brother Avens and his spouse will want to launch the probe with as much power as possible, I'm worried the cannon would break under the strain. I propose we give Avens and Mallow a slightly lower maximum power setting than the absolute maximum possible to create room for their enthusiasm. Are you going gelatinous on us, love? I'm delighted by your words, but they're atypical for you. If I'm ever half as gooey as Mallow and Avens behave together, Daz, you may launch me from the orbital probe cannon. Our next step will be to send Privet up to the orbital probe cannon to install the probe tracking system. Huh. Okay, I do hear a cyclone coming, and I think maybe we'll be okay if we stand on these platforms here. Since, I mean, what else could these be for? But we do have an answer for, yep, okay. We do have an answer for why the orbital probe cannon seems to break. It's like they're launching at maximum power, which is certainly an interesting decision. I can't imagine that would be too beneficial if it destroys the probe cannon. But yeah, we are in space right now, but, whoa, yep. Here we are back in... Right, so I guess if ever we need them, these little stations will protect us from dying. Although we might actually... Okay, I think we're okay for now. But yeah, so this is the construction... Whoa! The construction yard. So this is probably where they were constructing pieces of the orbital probe cannon. And then they would launch the pieces into orbit around Giant Deep using the cyclones. Man, what an unfortunate place to die. We can't keep moving here. Whoa. Okay, here we go. So, right, this is apparently a model of the probe cannon, I imagine. I'm not really sure what it means. Maybe something that we can investigate later. This is where we had been projected to. Yeah, this looks familiar. Huh. Let's see what this says. 5 minutes, 48 seconds ago. Long-range probe cannon successfully launched from the orbital probe cannon. Wait, long-range probe successfully launched from the orbital probe cannon. Man, I'm dyslexic. Okay, here we go. So, that does seem to align with, what we saw, actually. And maybe this will... Okay, the control module projection zone. And that lines up with what we saw over there, so this is probably just a piece of the orbital probe cannon. I have bad news, Avins. Yarrow says there was a problem with the proposed power source, so the orbital probe cannon won't be asked to fire. I hope you're pulling my locomotive limb here, Kasava. I wish I were, my friend, but no. They aren't certain they can fix the problem, so the orbital probe cannon is on indefinite hiatus. Tell Privet and Mallow they should return from the cannon. My spouse and I will remain here at the construction yard for now. An update. Mallow and I will join you and Daz. Privet left to visit her brother. She fears Idea may feel responsible. Huh. That's interesting. If the orbital probe cannon won't be asked to fire, then, you know, that really brings into question what we were seeing. Since we know for a fact it does fire. We can see it ourselves at the beginning of every loop. So something weird is definitely going on here. Whoa, okay. And maybe there's something on the other side here. Okay. Oh, uh-oh. I am very surprised that worked. Alright, nice. Whoa. Okay, we have another projection stone over here. But no place to project. So I believe we are just going to have to fly back that way. And normally I would just use my rockets, but I don't think the gravity on this planet will allow that. So we're just going to have to walk upside down. I hope this doesn't make you too nauseous, my love. Okay, here we go. And we can see what's being projected here. This is from Brittle Hollow. Yeah, alright, so this is the Southern Observatory. This is what we had seen earlier. And maybe this will offer the same information we already know, in that there are different types of cyclone. Konoi, Daz and I were lifting orbital probe cannon components into orbit for assembly, and one somehow sank beneath the current. Okay, yeah, so actually, we've already read this. Yeah, so this is what we had read in the observatory. I'm surprised the ship log got updated, though. Since, I believe we've already actually read this. Yeah, interesting. Okay. I guess we could just put that on hold for now, and look around and see if there's anything else that we could use here. Anything upside down? Doesn't look like it, although another cyclone is approaching us, so... I'm going to try to get back to the little cyclone thingies. Although, if we do get launched before we reach it, that's okay too, since we can just, I think we can fly to them, even if we're in space. Whoa! But it's good to be safe. Since the gravity on this planet is crazy, I feel like we would... Okay, here we go. Whoa! I feel like we definitely die. I always miss stuff at the construction yard, though. So I'm trying to remember if there's anything hidden that I forgot to grab. I guess we can still, like, explore a little bit. We've already learned quite a lot. This is where the probe cannon was being constructed. And now we apparently know that it... something went wrong and it wasn't going to be asked to fire, which contradicts what we know. So we're going to have to look more into that. And maybe there's something up here that we can find. Is that coming this way again? I guess we got our ship here right here anyways. Actually, you know what? We could just check right now to see if we've missed anything here. Yeah, okay, so we did miss something. Yeah, there's always something I miss here. I'm gonna look around, and once I find it, I will cut back. So, see you then. Right, so I actually remembered what we needed. I can't believe I forgot to do this, but we can project to where the control module is. Okay, here we are, and actually... Yeah, wow, alright. So, we will be able to go to the orbital probe cannon, even though it's broken. As we can see here, there's still some intact infrastructure. And yeah, sure enough, there is there's Giant Steep right there. So I don't think we're going to go there right now, but that is something that we can keep in mind for the future. I do think, for real now, that's everything we need. I hope. Although, again, I always tend to miss stuff here. I remember the first time I played through this section, I also kept missing things. So we can just quickly double check again. Because I think there's like a reporter here somewhere. No, where are you? Where was it? Oh, here we go. We're good. Alright, nice. We can move on to the next island. Whoa. Okay. I think that's Gabbro's Island again. You can tell from the campfire. Okay. That one doesn't move, actually. I think that one just stays at one of the poles. So we don't have to worry too much about that one. Now, where is another island? Here's one right here, although it is awfully close to the cyclones again. Like Cyclone City. Oh, actually, hold on. Whoa, there's one forming right there. Whoa, I've never actually seen that before. Cool. Oh boy, is this safe? Oh well, we're basically immortal. Who cares? I care significantly. I don't want to die. Okay. Worst case scenario, we just land in the water, or we find one of the little safety thingies. Okay, so this is the island that I had originally landed at when we first came to Giant Steep, and now we can actually explore it. Let's see what we have. Statue Workshop, right? So this is the where they made the statues. Although the door is seemingly broken, and yeah, here's the statue right here. In fact, this is probably the one that Gabbro had seen, the one that logged his memories. Very interesting. And here's some gravity crystals up here, so maybe there's an alternate way in. Right. Okay. Yeah, there's like a little, like a house or something up here. Let's see what we have. Okay, nice. So we have one of the little safety hut thingies. Some more skeletons. Anything in here? Okay, so this is something written by a child. They're going to test the memory statues tonight. Phlox says it could be dangerous, so we can't come. But what if we didn't use the door and snuck in through the other way? Does anyone want to? Phlox specifically told us not to do that. I really want to see the test too, Lammy, but that's a huge risk to take. We probably shouldn't. Maybe Phlox will let us see a later test. And so there it is. That confirms it. The statues do definitively have something to do with cataloging our memories. And we can launch our scout down there, and we can look around, since it doesn't seem like we can access it through the door. Although, yeah, I just got an idea. So there is water down there, and as we know, the islands aren't actually connected to any like solid landmass underneath. So we can probably just swim, like go under. And that's probably what the kids were talking about in the other way in. I'm just going to make sure that there isn't anything else we need here. There is something up here which we can... Actually, wait. Anything in here? No. Doesn't look like it. There is something up here, though. Yeah, man, I love Giant Steep, but I hate not being able to fly around with my rockets. That was like my favorite part of all the other planets. Oh, okay, so this is just the teleporter we had seen, right. So, as we had suspected, there are ways of teleporting to all the planets in the solar system. We'll just have to find where those teleporters are. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a construction yard floating by. But now we can go underneath. I am taking the long, like I'd have normally just like jumped into the water, but I'm always listening out for the cyclones, since getting launched into space would suck. Okay, I think we're good though. So let's go back down to where the door is, since it was kind of by like a little cove area, and we can go underneath there and see if our plan will work. Oh, okay, we're going in here. Nice. Okay, well, there's a jellyfish down there. That's okay. Oh, yeah, all right. Here we go. And we are in. Whoa. The statue workshop. I have a feeling that we're going to be learning some crazy stuff in here. Although I can hear a cyclone coming, actually. So before we do anything, yeah, so here are some of the work in progress statues. I'm gonna quickly get over here because, yeah, the cyclone is definitely getting a lot closer. But as we're waiting, we can just kind of look around. We have one of the statues right there. We have something going on right here, which I think we should look a bit more deeply into once we land. And back that way, we saw statues that were kind of like work in progresses. So it seems like they weren't able to get all of them made, which is interesting. Or at least that's what it seems like. Okay, here we are. Hopefully safe for now. Let's see what this has to say. Yara, would you kindly step back so Daz is closest to the statue? When pairing, the statue will choose whoever is in closest proximity. See how its eyes have opened? That tells us the statue has paired with Daz. Now, no matter where he is in the star system, Daz's statue will record his memories and send them to the Ash Twin Project. This is extraordinary sculpting work, Phlox. He has outdone himself again, hasn't he? And now that we have our first successful pairing, we can test my memory storage prototype. Each statue will send a single Nomai's memory to his or her own storage unit within the Ash Twin. Each storage unit will be equipped with a mask, the statue's counterpart, which will be able to send those stored memories back to the corresponding Nomai. Okay, so that's huge. So yeah, sure enough, the statues record and store memories, and apparently they're stored within the Ash Twin Project, and somehow are able to send them back in time to the corresponding person. So in our case, it's not that our body is being sent back in time, it's our memories are being sent back in time to our past body. If you've ever seen the anime Steins Gate, it's kind of similar to that. And yeah, sure enough, this mural kind of shows that. So we have like a living Nomai, their memories get recorded within the statue, and are stored within the mask, the same mask that we saw in the Ash Twin Project. And then somehow, the storage system can send those memories back to the Nomai in a previous time. So we don't exactly know how the Ash Twin Project works, but at the very least, we do know that it has something to do with collecting memories, storing them, and sending them back in time, which explains the time loop, but we don't really know why. Maybe we can find out more about it here. Yeah, okay, here's the Ash Twin. Let's see what we have. Although I do hear these supernova songs starting up, so we're going to have to go fast. I've installed the mask inside the Ash Twin Project, Phlox. They look beautiful, although I do feel as though I'm being observed. It's comforting to know the statues will not pair until the project succeeds. Otherwise, I imagine the experience would be hard to endure. Ideally, they only need to activate once the project succeeds. As a safety measure, however, the statues will also activate in the event of equipment failure. They will? Why is that? If anything goes wrong with the Ash Twin Project, the statues and their masks will make us aware of the situation and enable us to fix it. Otherwise, it would be possible for us to remain permanently unaware of the problem. I hadn't thought of that. What a profoundly horrific fate that would be. Right. Interesting. And I'm assuming that this will just project us to the Ash Twin Project. And yep, this is what we had seen before. And actually, now we know that the masks correspond to people stuck in the time loop. So we saw 3 of them before. Yeah, 1 and then 2, 3. So 2 of them are us and Gabbro. But then there's another one. So maybe there's another person stuck within the loop that we don't know about. Definitely something to consider, although unfortunately we have run out of time. There is still some more stuff to discover here, as we can see up on the top there. Although I'm not really sure how we're going to get there, since we can't fly up with our rocket. And, whoa. We're going to have to come back here. But for now, we can exit through the door. It is very dark out here without the sun. Like, scarily dark, dang. Like, yeah, look at that. We're outside right now, too. Oh, here comes the supernova. Oh, man. Okay. I'm really eager to get back to the statue workshop, since I mean, we're learning like a lot, like a crazy lot. Holy, I feel like we almost know everything that we can about the time loop that we're stuck in. So, of course, there are still some mysteries, but I feel like we're getting pretty close. So I will see you back on the statue workshop island. Oh god! Okay, that was close. Damn. Can you imagine? That happens, I mean, never mind. That hasn't happened at all. What am I saying? I've never done that. I've never crashed in one of the islands before. Okay. Here we go. Right here. And I am going to park my ship there so we don't lose it. Let's quickly get back to the island. And actually, I think I know how we can get up to that one platform. We're gonna have to use the cyclones. If we let the island launch, then we can fly over to that big platform in space and just hope that we live. Now we're just gonna have to wait for a cyclone to actually arrive. And in the meantime, we could probably just look around. Yeah, so it seems like a Nomai was actually in the process of carving this one as they died. That's interesting. Okay, well, I guess we don't have to wait too long. Where do I go? Over here? No, over there, over there. Oh god. Come on, make it. Ooh. Whew. Okay, that was close. Very convenient though. I remember when I used to play this game, like for the first time, I remember I had to wait forever for a cyclone to come by. We're making really good time this run though. Okay, and now we can see what this says. I'm curious, is sending a being's memories back in time the same as sending the being itself back in time? As an example, if we were to send my memories back in time, is that the same as sending me back in time? Not my physical body, but my essence? I imagine they're 2 different actions. Wouldn't both actions be effectively the same? Suppose that time was being rewritten. I believe this is different than receiving memories from what is effectively the future. But isn't the end result identical in either case? Yeah, you know what? I've actually thought of the same thing myself. But like, I guess not really, because I don't know. Something to think about. Although I have seen that like particular idea, like sending memories back in time rather than like a body back in time. It's used a lot. As I kind of mentioned earlier, there's a whole anime about it, Steins Gate. It's really good, honestly. We should watch it together sometime. I think you'd really like it. And it's pretty short, too. It's, I mean, unless you count there is like a second series, but it's like one of those alternate universe ones. I'm just trying to remember if there's anything we missed here. I'm just going to quickly go back up here, and then if not, we can return to our ship and just check there. But yeah, the ash twin, we learned about that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I think we're good. And we can just exit through the door, which, I guess isn't broken on this way. That's convenient. And, yeah, okay. I believe that's where the teleporter is. So, let's quickly head over. Okay. Whoa. Quickly head back over to our ship, and, we can go looking for some more islands. If we have everything here, that is. Okay. Yeah, okay, I think we got it. Nice. And yeah, there it is, the direct connection with the Ash Twin project. Wow, we're learning a lot this episode, like, damn. Just gonna quickly refuel, and we can keep going. And look, there we go. This is the next one we can go to, right here. Oh god. I can already see a whole bunch of ghost matter right there. So we're gonna have to be careful. Okay, let's get our little scout out. Wow. Oh, wait, what? Huh, okay, never mind then. I guess we are good. I don't think we can go this way, though. Yeah, but we can't go this way. Okay, we're gonna have to jump here, though. Ooh. Don't know why it gave me a tutorial on how to do that there. I've been doing that for, like a lot. Sorry for how, slowly I'm moving here. Just want to make sure I'm not about to walk headfirst into some ghost matter. That would suck. Anything? Can we make that? I don't... Okay, I guess we don't have a choice. Whoa. There we go. Okay. We're on some type of island here. Okay, so... This... Oh, wait. Oh, God. I didn't even see any of that. Okay. Right. We gotta be careful. Okay, we can go around this way. Right. But we do see the ice from Dark Bramble. And, one of the jellyfish? This way. This way by the tree? Yes, okay. Oh, okay, hold on. There's little, there's a campfire here. And a recording. Trip 4, entry number whatever. Crashes 2, boring crashes 0. Remember to see Slate when I get back. Haha, yeah! All the way down to the core. Consider yourself conquered, Giants Deep. You just got feldsparred. That was one of my more dramatic feats, if I do say so myself. Can't believe I wasn't electrocuted. Ha! Can't wait to tell Hornfels and Gossen about this one. I guess brute force isn't always the answer. Oh god, there's a cyclone approaching. Right, so that's one more off the list. Seems all that's left is the big one now. Dark Bramble, here I come. Okay, so that answers that. Oh god, that answers that question. Uh-oh. Run! Oh god, I'm in the ghost matter! Oh no, we're trapped! And I almost died right there, holy. Well, that sucks, and I think our ship's about to get lost too. We're just gonna have to land in the water. Whew. Okay, will I survive this? I hope so. But either way, we just learned that Feldspar had come here, and he had made it all the way to the core, saying that he was surprised he wasn't electrocuted. Okay, I lived, nice. Barely, I need to get to my ship. And actually, I think the more pressing issue will be getting back onto the island. Since there's ghost matter, like, everywhere, and my ship is in a very... What the hell? How am I supposed to get up there? Okay. That's annoying. Could it have landed in a worse spot? Right, so we know Feldspar was here, and we have confirmation that they at least traveled to Dark Bramble. We've been speculating a connection between them for a long time, and that's some confirmation that there is at least something there. We can also see a jellyfish there, and we know that Feldspar had gone all the way to the core. So at the very least, we know how to get past the current, but we're not sure how to get all the way to the core yet. Feldspar said that they were surprised they weren't electrocuted. So it's probably going to have something to do with that. Maybe even the jellyfish if this this is any indication. Oh boy. So that's as high as I can get, going like super mode on my... Genuinely, what am I even supposed to do? Whoa. Because I can't, like, launch up, because I'll just die on impact. Like, I'm on life support right now. Can I get on top of here? Damn. This sucks. Okay, well, as far as I know, I don't think there's anything I can do about this. I guess we just really got unlucky. So, I'm just gonna do my best and just swim to the other island, I guess. I'm pretty sure this is all that we need here. Not like I could check. My computer is up there. But worst case scenario, we can just come back to it. Yeah, okay, here's, oh man, that's the Statue Workshop Island. That's the one we just came from. Damn. Okay, let's, Gabbro said that there were 4, including that one. And actually, I think that means that we've been to all 4 of the islands. Because, yeah, we have this one, we had the construction yard, there's Gabbro's Island, and then we had the Statue Workshop Island. So, yeah, I do believe we've been to all of them. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else here. I don't think so. We can try to get below the current, maybe. We can see that there are some jellyfish floating around here. And the core, yeah, so that's probably why Feldspar was surprised that they didn't get electrocuted. There is some sort of current running through the core there. And the jellyfish seem to be coming in and out of it, so... maybe something with the jellyfish will help us get down there. But for now, we're not exactly sure. You know, I'm silently hoping that my ship will just get launched back up into... Oh my god, wait! There's a ship... Wait, what? Oh, that's probably Gabbro's ship. Damn, I got excited there for a second. I'm sorry how... if this is super boring. I'm honestly not entirely sure what to do here. My ship is already on, like, the other side of the planet. Damn. And there's, like, nothing in sight here. Oh boy. You know what? When in doubt... throw yourself into a cyclone. Okay, right. I'm trying to remember what the Southern Observatory said. Will this one launch us up, or will it launch us down? Only one way to find out is what I would say if it wasn't moving away from us. Okay, here we go. Here we go! Oh, am I going up or down? What? Nothing? Oh, no, okay. Oh, damn. Huh. Well, it's kind of peaceful at the very least. I'm gonna try to position myself differently. Maybe I could... Okay, that is just horrifying. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Okay. Another one. Damn. Well, here we are in space again. That is kind of one issue I have with Giant Steep, is like, it's very easy to get separated from your ship, and there's not really a lot you can do if that happens. Like, okay. Like, as we can see here, like, I'm kind of just doomed to using the cyclones as some sort of, kind of messed up mode of transportation. But they move so quickly, even, like, away from you. Okay, you know what? That was hell. That sucked, but we're here. We're finally on solid land. I swear to God, there's no way. Come on. Oh God, no, please, please, man. Please, this planet hates me. No, God, it's coming right for us now. Oh, no. But you know what? Maybe this is for the best. Maybe it's for the best, and we just gotta... I just have to die. Well... I guess there's not much we can do. Clearly, Giant Steep wants me dead. Wants me separated from my ship. Wants everything bad happening to me. I'll refuel my jetpack at least. Oh well. What is there to do anyways? And if I look at my timer, I think it's about time that we, I think we're, it's a good place for the episode to end anyways. Goodbye, world. I'm still alive. I can't even die correctly on this planet. Man. But, perfect time to use the meditation feature. So I will see you back at the campfire. Okay. Man, I feel like this episode is going to be awfully chaotic whenever I end up editing it. Especially with all the horrible things that just happened to us. But I do think that we still learned a lot, in particular about the statues. And we know why, or at least some basics on how the time loop works and why we're stuck in it. It seems like the Nomai had developed it intentionally. So we're going to have to investigate more, and actually, with having explored all of the islands on Giant's Deep, I believe next time we're going to go and see what we can find out about the orbital probe cannon. So, stay tuned, and I'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching, and I love you. Bye!